Hello, Sat Shri Akal, Namaskar. Welcome to my kitchen. On today's show, we will be making Indian side dishes as well condiments, and our main dish today will be Quinoa Pulao. So come in my kitchen, cook with me. You're in the kitchen with Chef Jasjit. Our main dish is Quinoa Pulao today, and I'm going to talk about the ingredients that goes in Quinoa Pulao. Quinoa itself is a whole grain. It is full of protein and fiber. So it is actually something good that you can do as a replacement or for rice, or you can just interchange sometimes. You can have some quinoa salad, different things, but pulao is very close to my heart. Every time as a child, we used to come from school, it was always something quick and we are hungry, so all we could do was to go for the pulao recipe. So this is the pulao recipe that I use even for the rice. So you're getting two recipes, and also I'm trying to focus that whatever you have at home for vegetables, use those vegetables for the pulao. That is what I do. Even if it's like cleaning the fridge on Friday and you feel, oh my god, I have this cauliflower, little bit of cauliflower, I have little bit of carrots, peas, no worries, just make either quinoa pulao or the rice pulao. So let me tell you what all goes in quinoa pulao. We are going to be using, of course, quinoa pulao, so quinoa, and then we will be making it with ghee. So I have some ghee here. Also, it's going to be some whole spices, and in my whole spices I have cinnamon, black cardamom and cloves. We have some corn. I'm using peas, paneer, so that I can add more protein to it. Carrots. We have some tomatoes, as well some sliced onions that are going to go in, and just also what I do is I soak the quinoa in water. And what this does, I'm going to actually, this is like pre-washing the quinoa. Also, this will take away all that, there is that little bit bitterness that's in there. It will actually take that away, and then your quinoa pulao is going to be out of world. That's how I feel. It's so good. It's wholesome. So I'm going to wash this. I'm just going to rinse it 2 or 3 times, so that it's nice and clear water, and then we will start the process. So this is all that I'm using, and of course there's going to be salt. You can add red chili powder, some garam masala, that is all going to come later. We are going to take a short break, but when we come back, we are going to start cooking. We are in the kitchen with Chef Jasjit. Welcome back. You're in the kitchen with Chef Jasjit, and we are going to cook now quinoa pulao. To start off, I'm going to add some ghee. Now I'm making it with ghee. I love this Burrard's ghee, so I'm just using that, but it's up to you. If you feel you also could use olive oil, or you want to use just regular oil that you use, you can, but you know what, ghee tastes so good. It tastes good in everything and anything. So once we add that, this is, as I said, is your recipe that you can use for even your rice pulao. It's my same recipe that I used for quinoa pulao. So here you go. Now also you can do one more thing with quinoa, which I like to do during when it's weekend, and if you can just boil quinoa, save it. And during the weekdays when you don't have time, you can just have boiled quinoa. You can mix it with beans, you can make it as a salad. possibilities are endless what you can do with quinoa. So explore, learn, continue learning about these grains, because these grains are almost now considered as superfoods. Also, when I was mentioning about quinoa, there is also other millets that are available out there that can be used instead of rice or any other whole wheat flours or so. So what I do at home is, even with my flour, with the whole wheat flour, I would add this jawar, bajra, sorghum, all these flours that are there, I would add a little bit of quantity of those so that I get the goodness. And you can do that too. You can make your breads with that, you can make muffins with that. So try it out. It is a good option, especially when we are thinking economically. You know, there is so much going on in the world, and we want to make sure with our resources what we have, we can just cook some good meals, even if it's very few ingredients in our kitchen. So right now, after adding our cumin seeds, I just wanted the cumin seeds to just be in there for a few seconds. And at this point, I'm just adding garlic ginger paste to it. You can make your own garlic ginger paste, but sometimes if there's no time, you can just use puree garlic ginger paste that is store bought. And now it's all going to be very quick when we are adding all the ingredients. If you have all the ingredients ready, chop to go, then it's very simple, easy. So at this point, these are the whole spices that I'm adding. So I added some cinnamon and cloves, and this is the brown cardamom that always goes in the rice dishes or meat dishes, or I like to use it in my quinoa pulao as well. So here you have to crush it, because then only we can get the release of these tasty, yummy seeds, because that's where the flavor is. So add everything, and then towards the end you can remove it if you don't want to have a bite of it. So these always goes in, even you could add after adding the cumin seeds. And today we are also talking about the side dishes, right, and the condiments. They play a very important part in our Indian cooking, and that is why I thought it will be a good topic, and also to give you some ideas. So when you will see me after we let the quinoa cook for 15-20 minutes, in that time we will actually make our raitas. So raitas is always considered as a good side dishes also. The reason being, because sometimes when we make our main dishes, we add a lot of chilies or flavors to it. So dahi, or you can say yogurt, it always kind of gives that balance, and also it will take away the heat factor from the mouth when you're adding that as a bite. So we always have this, and also, you know what, for me it eliminates the job of having the salad chop, because salad stuff all is going in the yogurt. So side dishes play a very integral role in Indian cooking. So for me today, I'm using beets. Beets is also something in the fall you can use, in the winter time, in the December time there's a lot of falls in the beets are there, right? So you can use those. Also I am using cucumber, tomato, onion raita. And one of my favorite raitas, which could be raita or it could even be dessert, that is with grapes and roasted pecans. It is one of the best raitas that can be made. You can use that for Thanksgiving meal, for your Christmas meals, or all year round. Whenever you feel like having something with grapes and you have extra grapes, yes, sure, just make raita. Use it and use these raitas. There were times where we could say that these raitas are just used for Indian cuisine and as a side dish. Now these raitas are also called dips. So you can make it as a dip have some naan bread with it, make a pita with naan or just naan chips as well, and just serve it. Your guests are going to love you for this. That's the secret I'm telling you. Okay, I can smell it. As I always say, if we had a smell-o-vision, then you can actually smell it. But I'm just smelling it from your side. So it's a smell-o-vision television that we have here today. So at this point, I'm going to add some carrots. Now these are organic carrots. Again, carrots in the fall time is kind of nice as well. Fall, winter, and carrots are good for vision. So try to incorporate some carrots every day in your meal. Be it salad, be it some sweet dish, which I will be talking in my show later on. But you know what? I didn't even say to you about my sweet endings today on the show. What we're going to do, it is a surprise. You will love it. It takes some time to cook, but when it's ready and when you bite into it, it's like it melts in your mouth and it's like heavenly. So I'm gonna still keep it as a surprise, okay? Right now it's a surprise. We will get to it. Right now I just wanted to say that you also wait for that. That's gonna be the last moment where I'm gonna show you what that surprise is and how you can make it even at home. It's so simple. Okay, at this point, now I'm adding tomatoes. Normally in my pulao for the rice, I don't add tomatoes, but I like the tomato flavor in quinoa when we are doing it. So just see how nicely fine chopped it is. For this, you can put your another friends or kids or spouse, anyone you have at home, just put them to work on chopping. It will be such a big relief because everything is chopped for you and all you're doing is cooking, and you are the one who made it, so it's gonna be just the best dish in the world. So at this point, it's asking for some more ghee. Ghee is a love, it's an emotion, so it's okay. A little bit extra ghee won't hurt. Cook like me. That's why you're in the kitchen with Chef Jasjit. You have to cook like me. Where everything is good, you just add love to your food. That is what is the main ingredient in even quinoa pulao today. So I hope you're all with me, right? You're enjoying this. It's just gonna be done quickly now. I'm just going to add some corn to it as well. Peas goes in. See how healthy it is. You can follow exactly what I am adding as a vegetables, but whatever, as I said, is in your fridge can be added at this point. And also I'm just going to add some spices now. Even this come as a surprise to you, right? And you can see my beautiful box here. I'm just crazy about spice boxes. It's like my magic box, you know that, right? So I would have any opportunity that I get to get something from India, I would ask them to send me something that's new out there. So I'm just adding red chili powder, some salt to this as well. Turmeric goes in, and we already added cumin seeds and some garam masala. Garam masala, which is your key masala. And now you know how to make even garam masala watching my shows, right? So you can make your own garam masala too. Okay, so at this point all the spices are in, and this nice sizzling sound is very good. That tells me that everything is loving each other in this one pot meal. I would call this a one pot meal. You don't have to go and find more reasons to add some chicken or anything. You can even add non-veg items, but I like my pulao with Barar's Malai Paneer. That's my favorite that I've been using in all my shows basically. So I'm using that as a protein in it as well. So that's adding extra protein. Quinoa has protein, but then we also add paneer to it to make it a complete one bowl. Okay, so right now this has to now cook for 15-20 minutes. Also, I'm going to add some paneer in this now, and then we will use a little bit more paneer as a garnish if we have to. If it's good, then we'll just leave it like this. I'm adding paneer at the last because I don't want to lose the softness of the paneer. And also the heat now is going to be on a very low temperature until it's all cooked and it looks good. So this is double water that I use. Quinoa was 1 cup and I used 2 cups of water. Sometimes I've noticed that the recipes can call for 1 1/4 cup, and I have tried that. Sometimes it will work, sometimes it doesn't, so it's much better to be in a good option of just using double water. That's a key. That's what I do. Also, just a variation, if you want to use, you can add 1 cup of water, 1 cup of coconut milk. Sometimes if you want to make a change into this recipe, you can use that. That also tastes very good. So at this point, it's all good. I'm just gonna give it 1 boil, and after that 1 boil, it's going to be on a low heat until it's ready. So now let this cook for 20-25 minutes. In the meanwhile, let's go and make our side dishes which I talked about. It's going to be raitas, dips. You will love it. You are in the kitchen with Chef Jasjit. Welcome back. Now is everyone's favorite time, and that is tasting time. That's the best, right? So come on, let's enjoy. You're in the kitchen with Chef Jasjit, and remember, if you need any of these recipes, go on to my website www.kitchenpunjabi.com, and also on Roger's page you will find everything there. And today I thought, why don't I start my tasting with dessert, right? Sometimes I say dessert first, right? That's what I'm doing, and it's with the kind of like kiddish, but I love it. I love having dessert first. So dessert is today, now that surprise, let's remove the surprise element. It is Indian Kulfi. Kulfi is, well, we can say it ice cream. Kulfi is the most traditional way of having ice cream or something that is, gelato type. And this one is made with milk and milk solids. Milk solids is khoya. So I used Brar khoya. I just grated the khoya in the milk and I cooked that almost 2.5 hours with some sugar in it, but I added very less sugar because I knew I'm going to have a lot of sugar in it. Also, I made one flavor which is tutti frutti in it as well, which is just awesome. So before this melts more, let me dig in and try my kulfi. And when you see me dipping this in there, I have to tell that quickly to you. It is actually my childhood favorite memory. Whenever the vendor, the kulfi vendor used to be coming towards, you know, our area close to our house, I used to go and purchase this kulfi, and he used to have the molds of the kulfi and he would remove it. I used to say to him, give me extra milk. That milk that he had, it was always my favorite thing, and that's what I did here today too. So you all are taking me back to my childhood memory, and I love that. I love sharing that with you. So here we go. Let's taste it. It's so yummy. You're missing it right now, but I know you'll all make it. I had to take 2 bites. I know I could just stop at 1, but I couldn't stop. Okay, now is the time to talk about our final dish. Let kulfi get out from here. Okay. So final dish today, we made quinoa pulao, and you can see how beautiful this quinoa pulao looks. I added garnish of ghee and some cilantro on it, and it cooks so well. And 1 cup makes a lot of quinoa. So always remember, I want to make sure I get a paneer piece here. 1 cup is going to make lots. So with the vegetables and all. So at this point, raitas. All the raitas that I made today. I know I'll have 1 raita made when I'm making this at home for myself, but it's a feast today. This is a feast. So my regular, the raita that's made most. And I have to tell you, there is going to be many recipes, different raitas. Raita with spinach, raita with South Indian tadka in the raita. They actually would put the oil and mustard seeds and hing and all those elements in it. So there are endless recipes of raitas, but these are the 3 that I love. That's why I shared with everyone. Also, before I dig in, I just want to explain to you quickly, as we were talking about the side dishes today from India, also there is chutneys and pickles that is very popular. Even if something that you have made is very simple, just like a pulao, you can add all these condiments to it. So I have here mango pickle, coconut chutney, I have some green chili pickle, which is just my favorite. I eat almost 2-3 green chilies at one time. Then I have here gooseberry pickle that I made at home, and then also I have garlic pickle, which is very traditional, and this actually is going in my cookbook. I'm working on a cookbook, these traditional recipes, because I'm trying to save the legacy of Punjabi recipes. So I'm working on it. So these are part of that cookbook that I was working. I am working on it. So here we have apple chutney that I'm just garnishing with some cinnamon and cloves on top. Also I have coriander mint chutney, and these all goes very well with your meals. So you can always go for these because these goes so well with the meals. Even you're having something, you can have apple chutney, can be made any time of the year, fall, winter, summer, whenever you can find good apples, make that chutney. It is really good. Also there is mango chutney and some more chutneys, but these are my favorites, so that's why we are sharing on You're in the Kitchen with Chef Jasjit. That's why you're here, because this is the best chutneys and the side foods. Now I talk so much, I have to eat. Okay, so eating, when I'm having this, it all goes in one plate, and also just little bit of all the raitas and quinoa pulao. I will share with you. Okay, now I'll eat it. And some paneer. You know, sometimes there is that music that we hear. Right now, it's music of food, love that we added in this. That's how I feel with the flavors. That's how bursting flavors of all the spices, all the elements of vegetables that we added in quinoa, and that good feeling inside that I'm having something very healthy. that is the best feeling in the world. So make sure you use that and add that to your food. As I always say, love is the key ingredient. Make sure you tune in. If you need these recipes, please make sure these recipes or some other recipes, go on my website www.kitchenpunjabi.com. You will find there everything. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time. You're in the kitchen with Chef Jasjit.